I do want to say to Doni and many of you in this room that over a very long career in this city, all of you have helped me and my colleagues tell the truth and to try to tell.
I may not look like you and you me, but
Get my hat up.
I'm from South Carolina, so I just...
What does this event mean to you, Miss Peggy Morris?
Oh, my heart,
Happy 20th anniversary.
my heart is about loving up on my sisters. Do you know what it feels like to have your sisters in the room? John.
And dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. I am beautiful, I am blessed, but not just what you see in the flesh. I'm free from people, free from myself.
The doctor lived next door to the janitor, to the reverend, and the lawyer. We were together. Now we get so high and mighty that you create stress for your society because you don't like poor black folks anyway. That's a health problem. Get yourself together so I can stop being taking care of geriatric people and get back to pediatrics. I thank you, Doni, for all you've done. Let's keep doing it all and more.
Letting His glory shine through. Dare to be you, dare to be me, dare to be different and unique. I'm gonna be the best me I can be by letting His glory shine through. And I dare you, I dare you, I dare you to be you.
First name's Doni, last name's Glover. In it to win it for the long haul. Baby. Getting older, boy. Them grades be jumping. Must be the lighting. Whoa. Big old one there. So, another week is upon us. Here we go. Got a word for you today. And the word is gratitude. I remember as a young lad, my mother saying some words to me. And God rest her soul, next month will be 38 years, if I'm not mistaken, that my mom got her wings. She said something to me that has stuck so well. She said, and friends of mine know this because I've shared it. It's a life lesson, one of those nuggets, one of those jewels. She said, you don't appreciate nothing. You know, over the course of life, we make a lot of choices and decisions. I found that if we don't humble ourselves, then life will do it for you. Well, Doni, what do you mean? So, being grateful is so essential that without it, sooner or later, we're going to run into a situation, a person, or a thing that will teach us to be grateful. So gratitude, by definition, the quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for, and to return kindness. The quality of being thankful, readiness to show appreciation for, and to return kindness. Have you ever found, and I help a lot of people, don't know how all of that came about, but probably because somebody helped me. But have you ever found that some of the first people in line for assistance are often the last ones in line to offer assistance? Maybe it's just me, but have you? If you have, put your hands up. Some of the first people in line to ask for help, when they get on their feet, they are some of the last ones to offer assistance. Maybe it's just me. I found that the more gratitude we show, the more gratitude I show, the kinder life is. I found that if you don't show gratitude, it leaves a certain taste in people's mouths, like they don't appreciate anything. So I've learned to be grateful for anything and everything somebody does for me. If you, from driving and you let me over in the lane, or if somebody holds the door for you. And I tell you, there's nothing more powerful when, just telling you the truth, in the Black community, when a brother holds the door open for another brother and he says, go ahead, bro. A lot of times, the media will paint this picture of our community that is so one-sided, it's slanted. I was sharing just last night what Malcolm said. This book is around here somewhere. Malcolm said that, I lost my train of thought. What did Malcolm say? Well, I lost the thought. It'll come back. But we still got to be grateful, no matter what. A lot of times in the Black community, Malcolm said, this is what Malcolm said, the media, talked about the media. He said the media is the most powerful entity on earth. It can make the innocent look guilty and the guilty look innocent. And that's why I do media, to counter, unfortunately, a lot of the negative that's painted about our community. I was talking with a retired educator yesterday about the Baltimore City public school system, specifically about Dr. Santalisa. And this retired educator, very accomplished, very capable, said that we should have never hired her. I can't tell you that I'm grateful for the Baltimore City public school system today. I am grateful for the Baltimore City public school system that I came through. And that was one that had a lot of Black educators who loved us. They reiterated the fundamentals of life. They understood us. Do we show our teachers gratitude? Do you show your teachers gratitude? Are you grateful for your teachers? Do you ever see them on the street and say, hey, Miss Jones, hey, Mr. Williams, I appreciate all that you did to try to help me. That was a school system loaded with Black educators, teachers, principals. They nurtured us. They were patient with us. Good morning, Michael. Big ups to Tampa. That's what I'm talking about, Ari. I think it was my 5th grade teacher, Mr. Williams, who completely changed my life, or whatever the verbiage is. But they certainly increased and gave us a higher trajectory. We got to be grateful for that. I don't know if we have that same type of love today. It's a whole different scenario, and I don't know that you can compare. But I had to ask this educator yesterday, what in the heck is wrong with Baltimore City Public Schools? Are we telling enough of the good story? Because if we leave ourselves to Fox alone, it's all negative. Going back to what Malcolm said, how the media is the most powerful entity in the world. It can make the innocent look guilty, the guilty look innocent. That was a day and time when, my day and time, and certainly me as a parent, I'm a grandparent now. Those teachers save lives. They weren't fazed by young men who had a lot of energy. They weren't fazed by that because they call your mother, they call your father, and you did not want them to come up to the school. Are we grateful for those teachers? Are we as grateful today as we were back then? Because now we have this certain level of expectation that the teacher's supposed to work a miracle on your child. And the teachers can only do but so much. Education is supposed to start at home. I hear a lot of us say, we talk about the children. So the kids today are just off the hook. I bet you they came from some parents that were off the hook. Somewhere down the line. I don't even know that we understand parenting today. Certainly not like our ancestors. How is it our ancestors who had to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps in a world that was totally against them, how did they do better than us? Now, yeah, some of us, we, making 100,000, 200,000, a million, 3 million. Good for you. Very good for you. But I think we've lost that sense of community where we stuck together because we all have our own opinions now. We don't do this, we don't do that. Couldn't wait to get out of our parents' house so we don't have to go to church no more, go to mosque, or go to synagogue, what have you. It's all, and every race deals with it. Every single race in America deals with this sense of entitlement. We're not as grateful. We're not as grateful. We got to get back to gratitude. That's for me. I'm trying to stay in the solution of how to make our community better, how to make this city better, how to make this country better. But we got a lot of us who act like somebody owes us something. We owe ourselves. Then we raise children who are even more ungrateful. I know I do got to go a new cup, but this one keeps my coffee warm. And don't laugh at me. I had to paint it, spray paint it or something. But gratitude. We look at Baltimore City Public Schools, and there's a lot of good in it. But there's a lot of structural dysfunction, including some of these standardized tests. And that's what this veteran educator shared with me yesterday, that if you give Baltimore City children standardized test that was created for white kids in the county, you're not going to get equitable results. This veteran educator told me, why don't we create a standardized test in Baltimore City and then send it to Carroll County and see how those students would fare. Send it to Cecil County and see how those students would fare on a standardized test using the language and experiences of Baltimore City. And so that's what happens a lot of times on these standardized tests. Our children in Baltimore City are being gauged through the lens, through the prism of people somewhere else. Language, words, thoughts, experiences. The veteran educator talked about a tadpole. How many kids in Baltimore City have seen a tadpole? You even know what a tadpole is? In Carroll County, on the Eastern Shore, a lot more people probably know what a tadpole is. But I'm sure there's some things in Baltimore City. I'm sure there's a language, there's a conversation in Baltimore City that we have that they don't have on the Eastern Shore. Not with the same language. Not even Harford County, Baltimore County. Baltimore County can be a tad different than Baltimore City. Baltimore City is uniquely urban. Their words, their phrases, their experiences we have here, like knockers. I'll throw that word out there, knockers. Everybody in Baltimore City know what a knocker is. Do you know what a knocker is? But they give our children standardized tests. And then when our children don't do well on those tests, oh, they dumb. And the veteran educator also made this point. There's nothing dumb about our children. She used TikTok as an example. She used rap music as an example. To memorize a song, word for word, the cadences, when to use voice inflection, it's not an easy thing to do. So we get categorized, we get marginalized, we get stereotyped. And then the media, like Fox, who has still yet to prove that they are our friend, that they are really about the community. They paint this picture and then we start to consume it. We start to inhale it. We start to digest it as if we are really that way. We got to get back to some gratitude. We got to start taking care of what we have. We got to start loving on the people that we do have. Most of us have lost a lot of loved ones through the pandemic. We've lost somebody close. And it's easy to get jaded. Don't get jaded. Don't get sad. Don't get down on yourself. Take a deep breath. Go outside, get some fresh air, and maybe just sit in nature for a minute. I like to sit out back. Trees. The weather's been gorgeous. Even saw a hawk out back. I'm seeing cardinals. Cardinals in Baltimore. I think it's a whole family of them. We got to get back to grateful, y'all. We got to get back to loving ourselves, loving our community. These two people, both Naja, this is Naja of Land of Kush. his brother Terrence of Terra Cafe. We got to be grateful for Nyjah and her husband Gregory. We got to be grateful for Terrence. They run black eateries, black restaurants where you can sit down and have a meal. We don't know how good we got it. I've been in places where there are no black businesses, or very few of the black businesses that are there on the periphery. They're not a part of the mainstream. Nyjah and Terrence are two fine examples of tenacity. Running a restaurant is really, really tough work. I've worked in a restaurant, went to a restaurant last night that I used to work at, one of the top 10 private dining clubs in the country. And I remember the lessons that I learned at these places. But the biggest thing as it relates to Terrence and Nyjah, they provide jobs in our community. They hire people that no one else will hire, even being faced with people trying to take from them, legally and illegally. We know about the illegal thieves, robbers, criminals, but what about the legal ones? What about the ones who think they have the authority to crush your business? We're not grateful. We got to get back to grateful. Thank you, Nyjah. Thank you, Terrence. Thank you for the people that you have hired. Thank you for, yes, bless and still be open one day at a time. Hallelujah. You better praise the Lord. I don't know what you got going on in your life, but whatever you got going on in your life, say thank you, Lord. It starts with that. Thank you, Lord. Whatever you got, thank you, Allah. Thank you, Exeter. That's Amar. That's what they call God in Ethiopia, Exeter. Now in Jamaica, Jah Rastafari and I. They call God Jah. Different words, say ain't but one creator. We got to get back to being grateful for our neighbors, for our teachers, for our black businesses who hire people in our community that no one else would probably hire. And that's why I'm such a big advocate for black business. I grew up in a black family business. My dad had a funeral home, and it was about service from the very beginning. Service. We served bereaved families, people at wit's end who just lost their special loved one. And we have to hold them up. We have to show them how we handle this part of life. But again, sometimes, too often, the first people in line for assistance, when they get on their feet, they are quite often the last ones willing to help somebody else. I've seen it. I've seen it time and time again. They call ungrateful people. No matter what other people do for them, they have this sense of entitlement. You owe me. Life owes me. I didn't have this. I didn't have that. My father wasn't there. My mother wasn't there. My parents were drug addicts. My parents were alcoholics. My parents gave me up for adoption. The trauma that a person has experienced is not their fault. But as we become adults, the healing from that trauma is that person's responsibility. So if a person needs therapy, if a person needs a damn hug, whatever they might need, whatever I might need, it's up to me to get up off my duff and go and get it. Whether it's acupuncture, whether it's counseling, therapy, one-on-one counseling, group counseling, we've got to get back to a point, or get to a point, for those who've never been there, that we accept what we cannot change what we can, and know the difference. Some things we got to just put in a box, seal it, tape it, because there's nothing we can do to change yesterday. We can change today. This day we can change. In Baltimore City, in our homes, in our personal lives, there's something we can do. New Year, February, just had Valentine's Day. So seasonal depression is technically over. Seasonal depression goes from Thanksgiving to Valentine's Day. People don't have a family to eat with. People have lost their loved ones. People don't have a significant other, a lover. Through it all, whether you got all of those things or none of those things, we got to get back to grateful. And I guarantee you, if you add more thank you, Lord, to your life, if you add more kindness to your life, share more kindness to others. Now, I mean bending over backwards, because that's a balancing act too. Better take care of home. I've learned that. Out here helping all these strangers, you better help your own. And be intentional about it. Many thanks to our teachers. They've sacrificed, they pull money out their pockets. We got all these people talking all of this smack. When did teachers get a raise? And I'm not talking about teachers unions at all. I'm talking about teachers. When do we just pay teachers a decent salary for all that they do to help our children? When we send our children there looking for them to be babysitters. If your child off the hook, you need to jack your child up and sit them down, have a good talk with them. And if you got to rough them up, then rough them up. Because if you don't put the fear of God in your child, you leave it for the 5-0 and the CO. Put that on the standardized test. 5-0 and CO. See how many kids out in the suburbs know what a CO is. Now in Hagerstown, they know what a CO is, but not like in Baltimore City. 5-0 police, CO, correctional officer. I've learned if I don't put the fear of God in my children and my grandchildren, actually being a grandparent is all of us, a second chance at getting parenting a little more precise. Not that we did a bad job. It's quite a joy to be a grandparent, especially if you're grateful. I'm grateful I got a chance to see 2 generations before me and 2 generations after me. I got to be grateful. I think about the cats I grew up with. I'm 57, going on 58. They dead, gone, didn't make it to 20. I remember my first semester at Morehouse. Got a phone call. So-and-so's dead. 1983. Gone. Came back home that summer. I saw people from that block sticking up people from that block. And it's like, what in the hell just happened? I've been gone 1 year. And now people in the same community, we used to all used to go to parties together, dance together, play ping pong together, basketball together. Now we robbing each other. That's what we've gotten to. We got away from the basics. We got back away from the fundamentals. So may we all be a little more, I know we did a whole half hour on gratitude, but gratitude is important. And your manners. Excuse me. Thank you. Please. You're welcome. Adds a whole different complexion. And despite what people might think, our young people do know manners. All you got to do is speak to them with respect. I mean, the roughest of them. I live down in Body Avenue. See them every day. Give respect, you get respect. Mark my word. Give respect, you'll get respect. They'll call somebody like me OG. Put that on your standardized test. What an OG is. You know what OG? I hear the word every day. It's a part of our culture. OG. And for you older cats over 50 who may have been a tad out of the community for a while, and I don't mean locked up, I just mean like Wisconsin somewhere. You may have to get reacclimated to the term OG. But in this day and time, it is a term of endearment. It is a term of respect. It's a compliment. OG. Excuse me, OG. Best believe them young people watching us. They're watching our mentality. They're watching how we get down. They're watching us. They're watching us every single day. They're watching us. No matter what we do, they're watching us. Gratitude. Grandma said, Donnie boy, your manners will take you far. I remember it like yesterday. God bless you, Grandma. Grandma Flossie. She said, your manners will take you far. I trusted Grandma. Still do. We got to get back to those lessons. Maybe you didn't have a grandma like mine, but you had somebody who tried to show you some kindness. Unless you just lived out in the jungle with wild animals, somebody showed you some kindness. And I'm not saying you owe them for the rest of your life. It don't even work like that. What you owe is the universe. If somebody did good by you, no matter the people who did wrong by you, they're paying forward. The many people that we've blessed on this network and helped, you don't owe me nothing. But you should help somebody. If somebody helped you, you just ought to help somebody else. That's just civilized. Anyway, we're going to bring up our guest for today. She's going to talk a little bit about an organization that helps a lot of people. Right there in our face, they're going to be helping us here in Sandtown, making a difference. Service. The old people say service is the rent you pay for living. How many of y'all heard that before? Put your hands up. Service is the rent we pay for living. Or here's another one. To whom much is given, much is required, much is expected. God has blessed you. Driving that whip, leaning with the gangster lean. Well, make sure you help somebody. Don't be one of those people finally get on their feet. I don't know why these people are always panhandling on the corner. Why don't you get out and find out why they panhandling? You take somebody to lunch and start in your own damn community. Kill me, I see. Never mind. Help your own damn community. Over there helping them. Help your community. Where the greatest need is. We get it real twisted because we want to fit in certain conversations and be a part of this and that dynamic. The people that you know, you look down your nose at. Y'all know it, church people the worst. Church people can be the worst. You got to do it this way. You got to do it. You can't come in that door. The church is a triage unit for the sick and those needing healing. A lot of you church people need a G check. Put that on your standardized test. A G check. Need to be G checked. Give them a checkup from the neck up. Anyway, Shine, what you doing? Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
You always so happy.
Thank you. So I just have a couple updates with the Salvation Army and resources in case
slow
anyone.
down, Cowpoke. Who are you?
My name is Sharon Gurecki. I am the Community Relations Director for the Salvation Army of Central Maryland. So I help with the communication, the digital media, and with community partnerships for the
Why do you
Salvation
work at the
Army.
Salvation Army?
Huh?
Why do you work at the Salvation Army?
Because we get to help people and it's genuine and everyone cares.
Y'all really help people?
Yeah, I have proof.
What proof do you have?
What I'm about to share.
I'll shut up.
So the Salvation Army of Central Maryland is always busy, like an engine that keeps going. We're out in Baltimore City and the county every single day helping people in need. So in partnership with the Maryland Food Bank, our Pantry on the Go program provides supplemental fresh food assistance in areas affected by food insecurity. So from January until November, we are providing this assistance to various areas in Central Maryland. So all people who are in need of fresh food are welcome to participate in the program. Our next Pantry on the Go in Baltimore County will be held March 15th at 9 a.m. at our Salvation Army located in Middle River. And we have another food program for seniors over the age of 65. And this is great because seniors who have mobility issues or who are unable to leave their apartment can be a part of the program. So our commodity food supplemental food program ensures that seniors over the age of 65 living in Baltimore City and Baltimore County are insured a grocery box that provides 1 week's worth of food. Every month, we supply over 2,000 grocery boxes to seniors suffering from food insecurity. If you are a senior above the age of 65 and you're in need of groceries mailed to you, please call Meals on Wheels at 410-558-0532 to be added to the delivery list. Three more
Take your
topics.
time. Let me put that phone number up there for you. Let's get that phone number for you. What's the phone number?
Oh, phone number for our office?
No, that number you just said.
Oh, I apologize. Meals on Wheels. If you are in need of food, please call.
Meals on
If
Wheels.
you are a senior above the age of 65, I apologize. It's 410 558 0532.
Okay.
So our Bundle Up Baltimore coat drive in January was a big success. We raised over 1,700 coats a few weeks back. Our Feed More mobile canteen distributed those coats to street homeless in East Baltimore during one of the coldest nights of the year, or coldest days of the year. So in the coming weeks, our team will distribute kids' coats to Baltimore City Title I schools and to seniors living in West Baltimore at the Sandtown Winchester Senior Center. If you are in need of a coat, please email our volunteer coordinator, Samantha Bowman, at samantha.bowman@uss.salvationarmy.org, because we've had clients come in needing coats, needing blankets because of the weather, and we have a good supply. We can help distribute and supply to you if you're in need.
Okay, let me get that email address.
I can spell it out. Yep.
Samantha.Bowman, B-O-W-M-A-N.
Yep, BOWMAN, and then @ USS dot salvationarmy.org.
Okay, they're typing for Miss Knox up at Lamell Junior High School. One of the top typists there. That's right?
It's very fast. So our next opportunity is once a month, our Boys and Girls Club in West Baltimore teaches a communication and conflict resolution class to our children. Since there is a rise in bullying in so many schools, the Boys and Girls Club wants to arm our kids with soft skills that they can carry on to adulthood. If you have a child that is interested in our after-school program, you can contact William Boone, our executive director for the Boys and Girls Club. There's another email. That's William dot BOONE @ USS dot salvationarmy.org.
Damn, I messed up.
It's okay.
William Boone,
Mm-hmm.
the same ampersand.
Yep.
There we go. All right, so again, you got Meals on Wheels. Samantha, what's Samantha for?
If you are in need of a coat or a blanket, contact her directly. She can give you a coat or a blanket because of the weather, inclement weather. And William Boone, he's our director of the Boys and Girls Club. So if your child needs after school care, summer camp, life skills, STEM, computer skills, everything, sports, contact William.
So there are resources out here for our community.
Yes, for everyone in need, there's resources and there's help.
I gotta jump in. I gotta interject. Tell them about the cottage.
That was my last point.
You gotta tell them about the cottage, because a lot of people don't know that the Salvation Army is out here providing. And by the way, I don't know if you saw the picture. I was over on Broadway and I saw these two men,
Mm-hmm.
and they were at a truck, a food truck, but they weren't selling food. They were giving away food. And the man said the kindest thing to me. He said, "You want some food?"
That's sweet.
I was like, damn, that's nice. I'm good. It was Salvation Army people, black man and a white man. White man, they say, "You want some food?" I was like, wow, who are they? What are their names? Where did they come from? Why are they giving away food?
We're giving out food because we want to help everyone in need, and we want to treat everyone with respect. We're all equals in the end of the day, and we must love each other, you know? And that's why we do what we do. We give food, we help people. It's all love.
So look at this. This is from Naja. Naja has Land of Kush. What is the significance now and why on the rise? Because of computers. You got them Facebook gangsters. What's happening in the households of these children during the bullying? People practice what they see. People take on things and then they take it out into the community. A lot of times we say, what happened in this house, stay in this house. I don't know if did you ever hear that or experience that or see it in other people's families growing up, Sharon?
I think I've seen it in other people's families because sometimes right after school, children come home and they see things in their neighborhood or they're taught things and then they bring it back to school, or maybe they're left alone because you don't always realize it, but sometimes children there's not always guidance on what's right and wrong. A lot of kids are just watching TV, they're on social media, and there needs to be constant guidance. And the great thing about the Boys and Girls Club, there's constant activity. There's constant guidance on correct behavior, on confidence building, because with the rise of bullying comes the rise of low self-esteem. And with the right confidence, you can combat it and love yourself in the end of the day.
Kids can be brutal.
Yeah.
A child may have a parent who's a drug addict.
Yep. Drug addict, in jail, incarcerated, or just...
Your daddy a jailbird. Your mother a jailbird. Your mother a dope fiend. And that's when the fight broke out.
That's when the fight breaks out, and that's when the confidence goes down, and that's why we have the Boys and Girls Club. We have all these skills that we want to offer all these children against bullying.
But Sharon, I want to tell you, there's a God that sits high and peeps low. There are some young people who grew up in a family. Their mother shot dope. Their father shot dope. But they ended up graduating from college.
Yep.
and becoming a football coach.
Yep.
We got to be careful not to judge. Sharon, we judge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at that brand of tennis shoe. From
Yep.
something as small as that to look at the way their hair is.
There's so much judgment over materialistic, superficial things, but that's why we have these resources.
Or we say, look at that skinny boy, or look at that fat boy. And we say hurtful things.
And a lot of our resources, we go straight from the Bible, which is to love one another, not to judge one another, not to pick on one another.
Fat boy might save your life. Skinny girl might be the only one bring you a cup of water when you dying of thirst. That old man with a little wine on his, because that's how we do, Shine. Man come to church, got his three-piece suit on, very sharp and dapper. Oh, come on, sir. Sit on the front row, sir.
Our society is so unequal based on like the treatment of other people. And it does go down to our children and what they see. So our goal is to just treat everyone, the homeless, the disadvantaged children, anyone and everyone with love and respect, because in the end of the day, the only person who can judge us is God. That's it. We can't judge other people.
Said that. Only God can judge me.
Only God can judge. That's it.
Oh, but we judge, though. We judge every day. You got this color on. I mean, in some parts of the country, you can't wear certain colors because it's going to be a fight. There's going to be a problem. Or you can't be a certain religion. There's going to be a problem. You can't be from a certain country. I was in a Palestinian refugee camp. And this man who lived there, he was a few years older than me. He told me he remembered a time when Jews, Christians, and Muslims all lived in harmony. No problem. No problem. No problem. But now it's a fight. You this religion, you that religion. Sharon, do you think as time goes on that America, that our children are becoming less racist?
I don't know how to comment with that lens about the children and their views when it comes to race. But
okay.
From the social service, like from the Salvation Army standpoint, we love everyone. You could be any race.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, they try to put a rope around my neck. I ain't
any
gonna
age,
I'm gonna try to hit them.
And we're all like, you go to a Salvation Army church, you're an equal to everyone. You are loved. You are accepted. Amen. Just as you are.
Amen.
There, you don't need to wear anything fancy. If you want to wear something fancy, great. It's a hospital. All of our churches, all of our service centers, all of our stores, all the people who work at the Salvation Army, we are like personnel. We love you. You are accepted as you are. And that is it. And we practice that through action, daily service to you, the Baltimore City, Baltimore County community. And that's how we see it. Like, that's the answer for everything really, is just love.
I agree. A lot of us have never experienced love and kindness. It's new, it's foreign, because we're so used to people being mean and violent and bitter. Can't believe some of the things that we do, even to our own children. I've seen it. Who bothers children? There you go. There go Naja. Try love.
Yep.
That was a song. Try Jah love. Okay, let me shut up. Go ahead, finish your part.
So I have one more thing to share about Catherine's Cottage. This is our anti-human trafficking service, because you may not realize it, but there is a rise on human trafficking, especially in Maryland.
Super Bowl is the #1 trafficking event in the world.
And our highways and our airports and our malls. And it could be the most unassuming person bringing you in. It could be a party.
Next door to your house.
It could be your family. It could be your family member bringing you and saying it's an opportunity because they pick on the insecurity. And then once you're in, it's a very painful ride.
Own family member, because you've seen it. South America right down there, come on across the border to America, and as soon as you get here, you think, this is my uncle, this is my brother, this is my, and next thing you know, they got you in a plantation situation.
It's common. It's common.
Family.
Family. Friends.
Family.
But we have a service to heal all victims of anti-human trafficking. Our Catherine's Cottage. It's hidden away just to protect our victims so they can heal and come back into society, new and healed and full of love, self-love. So if you know anyone who is a victim of anti-human trafficking, you can visit our website at www.sa-md.org/Catherine's Cottage.
Okay. www.sa-md.
MD. .org.
Oh, the short one?
And then Catherine's Cottage, or you can just visit our website for all of our resources and email contacts too.
So, okay, that's good enough?
I think that's great. Yeah, visit. That'll work because all of our resources are on our website. Food, Boys and Girls Club, contact for our volunteer coordinator, and especially for our contact for Catherine's Cottage. Everything is on our website, all those resources. Please share it with people you know. Sharon, because of your interview on Black USA News, I'm going to make an effort to connect more with the Salvation Army. Where can I start? Oh my gosh, thank you, Nadia. Or I apologize.
Nija.
Nija. Thank you so much, Nija. That's really sweet of you. Would you like to volunteer for the Salvation Army?
They love you, Sharon. They love you, Sharon.
Thank you, Chelsea. You're so sweet.
You get ready to
visit our website. We'd love to have you volunteer. You'd basically be a member of our big family when you volunteer and become a part of our organization. And our CFSP program on the weekends, we need volunteers because it's the volunteer who's directly saving the life of a senior in need, packaging the boxes, and you end up making friends, and it's a good experience.
They want your phone number, Sharon.
My phone number?
They want your office number, yes.
Yeah, for sure. Let me grab it. You can definitely connect with me at 410-783-2920. And my extension is 50108.
Bam! No, damn. Hold up. Where'd it go? That ain't what I put up there. Okay, bear with me a second.
Oh, I can try. I can say it again. No worries.
No. We're going to put it right. Here we go. I think it's too much information for the ticker. There we go. Let's try that.
It's okay. You can also find my information on the website. Just www.sa-md.org. My email, my office number.
2920.
Oh, that's amazing, Donnie. Thank you.
Technology.
Spot on.
Tyreek.
You're so sweet, Tyreek.
Tyreek.
Please be involved if you need help or if you want to be a part of our team.
Hold up. You done got them popping now.
Nija, we'd love your 11-year-old to join. We need volunteers. So your 11-year-old would be a lifesaver, literally packaging the boxes with our team. Yes, of course.
She wrote, I can. And Naja is as busy, if not busy. And when you run your own business, there is no rest. But Naja and Greg for years have been entrepreneurs, and Naja gets it. Naja does. You ever heard of Vegan Fest? Vegan Soul Fest?
I've heard of Vegan Soul Fest. I have.
That's Naja. Naja
really?
started.
That's amazing.
I was at the very first one, and they had this was before it was ginormous. It was really big, and they had a line wrapped around the block down there at the downtown. There you go, right there. She ain't no joke. That's Nisha.
You getting so fast. That's amazing.
And see how we help each other, and that's what we're supposed to do. This is business networking at its finest, right there. Look at you helping people and stuff. Because I was about to get into my fire and brimstone sermon, and you come on here talking about being nice to people.
Yeah, we should be.
Some of these people need to be taken out back to the woodshed. Okay, so the Salvation Army has a message of love.
That's it. It's in the Bible. We just have to love everyone.
The Bible?
Yeah.
We grew up on the Bible. People still read the Bible?
They should. Or, I mean, we're inclusive of all faiths, but there's so much great scripture. There's so many great morals, like in Proverbs.
Give me one. Can you give me one?
My memory, I wish I was blessed with that kind of memory.
Proverbs is the book that talks about when you find a wife, you found a good thing or something like that. Proverbs.
Yeah, just good morals and values in that book.
Because everybody ain't wifey material.
Yeah, we have to learn discernment and to be wise and to pick people in our lives with good values.
Pharaoh ain't having none of that. He ain't playing no forgiveness, no kindness. Get away from my door.
It's funny.
Okay, so let me put the information back up. Let's go through it one more time for those, and we can get on up out of here. I didn't know time. Oh, there we go. Okay. Meals on Wheels. You talked about that.
Yep.
Samantha Bowman. Who's she for?
She's our volunteer coordinator, and she is more than happy to give you a coat if you need a coat or if you want to volunteer for many of our programs. And
okay. William Boone.
He's our executive director for the Boys and Girls Club, and he's just a wonderful human being. He can provide after-school care for your children, and this is different kind of after-school care because it teaches life skills into adulthood. And then our Catherine's Cottage, if you know anyone who is a victim of anti-human trafficking, please visit our website for help.
Even people with substance abuse problems. You have taken care of people who were addicted. They got their lives together and they started doing more productive things.
Yep.
You take away the drugs and you put something positive in there. Sometimes people just take away the drugs and then they go back to the same corner. Brother, don't go back to the same corner. People, places, and things. My goodness. I know people who have gotten shot and they go back to the same corner, Sharon. That's a special kind of stupid. That's a very special kind of stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I would never want to go back to that corner again in life. I wouldn't want my children I wouldn't want nobody to go to that corner. Go right back to the same corner as if there are no other corners in the world. Insanity, doing the same thing and expecting a different result. I see a young man, I'm serious, Sharon. I hate to upset your morning. I saw a young man. He got shot like 7-8 times. And damn if he didn't go back to the same corner. And this time, it was one fatal shot.
It's horrible. It's really sad.
And then I think too, Sharon, like, in this country, in Baltimore, we have a growing Latino community. And a lot of people don't have legal status. So if something happens to, say, a Latino woman who might be illegal, she can't go to the police because she'll get deported. She can't go to the hospital because and so people are living with that trauma day in and day out, sometimes living with their abusers. We think we have, everybody, Bob Marley said it, every man think his burden is the heaviest. A lot of men don't know what women go through. Just trying to be, just trying to live. You got somebody pushing up on you every time you go to this particular place, or God forbid at work. I've seen it at work. I wish this lady would have cracked this chump right upside his head. Gotta be nice to people, because it will go around, come around. You reap what you sow. That's in the word, ain't it? So
You
we want to
definitely
sow
do.
some good seeds. So there you go. Meals on Wheels. If you need a coat, if you need after school program for your young people, and that's for getting in touch with Sharon. She does take volunteers. And we got one more comment, and then we're gonna get up out of here. We will be reaching out to Samantha today. Chelsea Scott.
Thank you.
Sharon, thank you for coming on. You gonna come back again next week?
Of course.
Power to the people. Tell everybody hello at the Salvation Army. Major Click, John Davis. What's the new chair's name? Head of the board? Jack. Jack is about business.
Mm-hmm.
And then Eric does a lot of help in the community.
Oh my God, yeah.
Eric came out. He came out to our Black Wall Street event, Sharon. Real talk, and he brought his son with him. And he said his son really enjoyed it. We have one coming up the last day of the month over on at Terra Cafe. Terrence Frazier from City of Gods, Tawanda Jones, Conan, Edwin Avent, Mark Clack, Tracy Stevens, Ricky Vaughn, Jerry Cross, and Jeff Hargrave are our honorees.
Wow.
Thank you for joining us. I want you to have a powerful weekend. Thank you for brightening up our day, and we'll see everybody Monday.
Have a great weekend. Thank you. Bye.
Good morning, world.